today's the day. The day we get the XS500 running. Probably. Last thing we did was set top dead center. What I want to do today is take the valve cover off so I can see what the valves are doing and just double, triple check the timing. Now that I have the valve cover off, I can keep an eye on what the valves are doing so I can make sure 100% that I'm measuring the timing at top dead center on the compression stroke. Here are the intake valves for cylinder 1 and the exhaust valves for cylinder 1. Compression stroke happens right after the intake valves go up. So I'm going to watch the intake valves go down and back up, and then once they come back up, then I'm going to check down by the timing mark to see where the fire mark lines up with when the light turns off. On this electronic ignition, these two lights show you when the two cylinders are firing. When one light turns off, that means one cylinder is firing. When the other light turns off, that means the other cylinder is firing. So I can watch for exactly when the light turns off to see exactly the point in the engine's rotation when a certain cylinder fires. Does that make sense? Okay, I want the light to turn off right as it hits that first mark. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna unscrew this plate. We are on the compression stroke, so it went off a little early, so I need to move this down that way so it goes off a little bit later. Give that a nudge, like that. Tighten it down, and I'm gonna get it close. All right, let's see where we're at. And I want it to go off right, went off right there. I think I'm gonna say cylinder 1 is lined up close enough. We're gonna move to cylinder 2, which means we're gonna be adjusting this bad boy, which moves independently from this. This little mark right here, that's the mark I want to line up right on this mark. I want those to be perfectly aligned when the light turns off. I think I'm doing this wrong. Let me go back to 1. I had the wrong marks completely. They're behind the rust. Oh. All right, I'm gonna get in there and clean that up. Here's my current theory. So here's the top dead center for cylinder number 2. And I think this is like a range. So it's like right between these lines is top dead center, kinda. Between these two lines is where you want it to fire. Well, what I didn't realize is I'm looking at this timing marks for cylinder 1. Here's the top dead center. I was lining up the timing to this line, which is what I'm now realizing just the other line to mark the range for top dead center. And the actual fire lines are all crusted over with this rust. So I'm gonna clean that up and see what I can see. See that mark? Right there. Well, it's always simultaneously really frustrating to realize you did something stupid, but also really satisfying to find out what's wrong. So I got a roller coaster of emotions going on right now. All right, well, I feel dumb. So I'm realizing now that I set the top dead center to the wrong mark, and I made a whole video about how to do it, how I did it, and it was wrong the whole time. So I'm gonna go back, redo top dead center. I'm gonna reset that little plate that moves around, and then I'm gonna come back to the timing. So here we go. All right, it's firing right in close to the middle of the range between the two marks by the F. So I think what that means is finally we have the timing adjusted correctly. We have the top dead center mark at the top dead center. We figured out where the actual firing mark is for cylinder number 1. I think it's time to see if it runs. Okay, valve cover's back on. Timing is good. Spark plugs are in and plugged in. Air filters are on. Moment of truth. Okay. I'm nervous. Last time I almost passed away trying to do this. All right. It's gonna run, first try. Got the choke on. Oh. Is it in gear? Good. Sheesh! Woo! Woo! My wife's watching me. I'm trying not to act too weird. Woo! Oh! Yes! Was I recording? Yes, I was recording, yes. Well, that wraps it up for today, guys. Remember, we're doing 30 days in the garage. Today was day 11, 30 days, 30 videos. My wife's looking at me, I'm feeling a little bit weird. Finally got it running, so next thing we're gonna do is synchronize the carburetors and get the idle screws dialed in. Yeah, I mean the mixture screws. Carburetor stuff, and then we'll get it down, take it for a little ride. So hit that subscribes.